Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crooked Hour. This episode we're going to be doing a how to bet both ways on Sergey Spivak versus Derrick Lewis. Now, I think this card's pretty self-explanatory, like this main event, and the whole card's a minefield of picks. Like, do not bet on this card. Like, real quick, I'll just give you my bets because this is literally all I'm playing. Marina Oliveira, 1 unit on her, Charles Johnson and Jack Della Maddalena in a parlay, but even that's risky. And then other than that, I'm playing a bet that's actually in here, so we'll get to that. But stay away from this card, even stay away from this fight. I mean, if there's something I say that you find juicy, we'll take it. But my advice is, don't even bother. Like, if you think it's not the best, just wait till next card, because next card there's some good picks, there's some good underdogs, I believe. And I'm going to try and make those how to bet both ways early and get straight into that. But starting on this card, we'll go over the tail of the tape real quick. Honestly, not really a lot to talk about. You know, Derrick Lewis is a power puncher and Sergey Spivak is a wrestler. Similar reach, same height. Derrick has a lot more experience, both orthodox. Derrick's landing less strikes, pretty much same strike and accuracy. And I have Sergey Spivak circled red on his strikes absorbed per minute at 2.96, just because when you're absorbing any amount of those punches per minute from Derrick Lewis, that's something that you don't want to take. You know, you don't want to eat those punches, not at all. And then we go down to the takedown average. So this is where it gets good for Spivak. This is where, if you're on the side of Spivak, that you can really bank into his wrestling, because 4.09 takedowns per minute is great for a heavyweight. He's got a takedown accuracy of 63% as well, which is also great for a heavyweight. As they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Derrick Lewis, 55 takedown defense. Not terrible, but he's hard to single leg. He's much better to be swept off the fence. And then that's about it. Like, there's not really much to talk about. We've got a wrestler who pounds you out until he TKOs you. Sometimes looks for submissions versus Derrick Lewis, who's always looking for that power punch. So we move on to how to bet the both ways. Derrick Lewis. I've got Derrick Lewis via TKO KO. If you're playing Derrick Lewis, this is probably the safest bet. 3.30, he's an underdog, but why play his money line, I believe? Like, there's a little off chance, like a really, really off chance that somehow he pulls off the submission while getting taken down. It's a 5-round fight, not going to go to decision. You know, Derrick Lewis will not make it 5 rounds. Like, he will either knock you out early or get finished late. If Derrick Lewis makes it the distance, I'm going to be very shocked, you know. So I've got him by KO. I think that's the best bet to take. Or if you want to get a little bit risky, Lewis via TKO KO in rounds 1 or 2. Basically the same thing. I don't think, like, if he gets a TKO in round 3, I'm like, okay, but it's not the expected thing to happen. I'd much more be expecting him to knock Spivak out in the rounds 1 or 2. But next up, that's my picks for Derrick Lewis. Next up, Sergey Spivak. I've got a fun one here for Sergey, but we'll go over the main one first. Spivak inside the distance at 1.61. This is what I mean. I feel like Spivak's going to win, but I'm not going to put no mad money on him at 1.61 when you've got an explosive puncher in Derrick Lewis. Like, I don't know if I want to risk that. I don't know if I want to risk that at all. Like, I don't know if I want to risk Sergey at that price, especially inside the distance. Like, sure, that's how he's probably going to win, but don't know if I want to risk that against Derrick Lewis. But if you believe in Spivak and you've seen something I've missed, maybe you're much more on the side of saying, well, Spivak, you know, I think he's just going to wrestle Lewis and get it done. So if you're thinking that, then I think this is the best bet to make. We go to Spivak, and this is the one bet that I did take on this main event, is Spivak total takedowns 3+. So once he hits 3, we win. I feel like he's going to get takedowns, and I feel like Derrick Lewis, he powers his way back to his feet. No strategy, just powers his way back to his feet. And I think he is going to get back to his feet. But I feel like if this makes it to round 2 or like towards the end of round 2, Spivak will have had 3 takedowns by that time, because his takedown average is, what is it? Takedown average 4.09, which is crazy. The only thing that I think that this bet isn't going to hit is if Spivak gets knocked out earlier, if he manages to just take Lewis down and keep him down. But that's a hard thing to do with Lewis, so I can see him going takedown after takedown at this price point. I think this is the best bet to take on the card for the odds. But not every betting book has this odds, like has this bet. So I got mine on Ladbrokes. I'm sure other places have them, so just keep an eye out for takedown markets. Spivak to takedowns 3+ at 3.25. I like that one a lot. But yeah, that's it for this video. Pretty self-explanatory. Lewis, Sergey, and I don't have any prop on this fight either, just because, like, if this would be the one fight to go long, and I don't want to say it ends in the first 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and then somehow it reaches round 4 because Spivak's just on Lewis and Lewis is somehow surviving and Lewis just can't quite find his power shot. But I don't want to take the market as well. The safest one, this fight goes the distance, because it's only paying out at 1.11 or something, and I'm not taking it at that price. Like, it's 90% going to hit, but, even at that price, it's not worth it. So, hope you guys bet safe this card. Only bet what you really believe in. I don't recommend really bet much on this main event, if I'm being honest. I think that's the first time I've ever said this. Don't bet that much on this fight. But I do like this one market. So, as always, guys, have a good one.